You don't live here. Go away. Right, one more trip, and then we'll all have a cuppa.
What have you got there? Diary? What do you want with the diary?
Everything all right, dear?
Wonderful.
Look, love, I know it's not easy, but we had to come here. We didn't have any choice.
No, he said.
And you make new friends, you know, in time. It's a lovely school. You just have to... Shouldn't you get someone to help you with that, Mr. O'Brien? It's got glass animals in it. Look, if you're not going to do anything useful, why don't you go outside and make friends with the neighbours or something?
Friends. Where am I going to find friends in a dump like this? You want this? It's a diary dog. It's no good to you. I suppose it belongs to whoever used to live here. Hey, you want to go for a walk? Then, just when the new season's about to start, Just when we're going to start serious training, Mum comes home and says we're moving house. Just like that. What am I supposed to do? I mean, if I'm going to race, seriously race, I need help. And where am I going to get that around here? I need a Dura Ace chain set, time pedals, new trap mitts. What am I supposed to do? Hope they turn up next Saturday's birthday present? No, the crank arm first. Parents just have no idea of the damage they're doing sometimes. This sort of thing is how you get maladjusted children, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if I turned into a real problem. I mean, I have just spent 20 minutes talking to a dog. It's all very well, saying I can make new friends, but it's not that easy. I'm no good at talking to people. Yeah, well, I can talk to you. You're different. Other people make me sort of... Do you mind? This is a private conversation.
Hi. You've moved into Roy's house. Roy Ackerman. He used to be my best friend. It's just that I had this letter from him a few days ago, and he says he left a diary under the floorboard in his bedroom. It was a bit private. So he wondered...
We found it. Mum's going to post it to him.
Oh, great. I'm Eric. Eric Banks. Nice talking to you, too.
Eric,
Yes, miss?
is everything all right with her, do you think?
Miss?
Rachel, I know you girls are always quiet, but you're the first person I've seen her talk to all day. Is something bothering her, do you know?
Well,
I mean, if we knew what it was, we might be able to help.
yes.
Well?
Well, miss, I think she's upset because she's a really keen cyclist, and what she wanted to do was to be the first girl to win the Juveniles National Circuit Championship. But now she's moved house, she hasn't got anyone to help her with her training, or look after her bikes. So, she's not very happy.
You seem to have learned an awful lot in a 30-second conversation, Eric.
I heard her talking to someone.
I see.
I think she's pretty good, miss, at the cycling.
Do you? Thank you, Eric. I'll have a think about this one.
No, not now.
Dog running?
Goodness, I'm hungry. I wonder what's for lunch.
Is that dog?
Oh, I think that's just a rumour, John. The canteen wouldn't actually... Oh, so it is.
Isn't that the same one? The one that caused all that trouble last term? I will not have stray dogs wandering around my school, particularly that one. Oi! Come here! Stop that dog! Come get her! You, will you? What the blazes is he? Get her! Get up, boy! Don't broach your beak!
John?
It did it on purpose.
What?
That dog, it did it on purpose. It put that skateboard where it knew
It's only a dog, John.
On purpose, I tell you. And when I find it... When I find it, that dog is going to be in very serious trouble.
Oh, dear.
Rachel, it's that dog again.
Hi. You want to walk? I'll get my coat. We're going this way. We're going that way. Right. Anyway, if I were you, I wouldn't come back to school for a while. You're not very popular with Mr. Blocker. In fact, he told us all in assembly that if he ever saw you on school premises again, you'd be at the school dinner the day after. Quite a lot of people thought you already were, of course, but... Hey, where are you going? That's somebody's house, dog. You can't go in there. You'll get into trouble. I'll get into trouble. Right. I'm leaving. You're nothing to do with me.
Oh, Rachel, you found us all right.
Mrs. Jessup.
And right on time, too. Well, come on in. Did Eric tell you what this was all about?
Sorry, miss.
Eric Banks, when he gave you my message about coming round this afternoon, did he say why?
He didn't say anything at all, miss.
Oh. Oh. Well, perhaps he wanted it to be a surprise. Right, come on through.
Do you know what all this is about? Well, I wish somebody'd tell me.
So then, and I hope you don't mind, I got onto your old cycling club and found the man who used to organise your training.
And Mr. Fender?
Alan Fender, that's right. And he's worked out this schedule for you. So now you've absolutely no excuse. We know which races you need to enter. We know how many miles a week you need to do in training. And if you're as good as he says you are, there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't get through the heats of the circuit trials. What's the matter? I thought you'd be pleased.
I am, Mrs. Jessup. It's wonderful. And I really appreciate the trouble you've gone to. But... that schedule's not going to interest you, dog.
I think he wants another bun. But?
But it's not quite that simple. You can't train on your own, you see. You need someone with you to do the timings, to tell you how fast you go in each lap, to keep a record. You can't do it on your own.
So get someone to help you.
I don't know anyone, miss. That's the trouble.
You know, Eric.
Eric's a boy, miss.
He's also a human being, most of the time. I'm sure he'd help if you asked him. You two have something in common, you know. You've moved away from your friends, and Eric's best friend has moved away from him.
You mean Roy? We've taken his house.
Yes, I know. So you've taken over his dog as well. I'm glad. Eric needed somebody to look after him once Roy was gone.
Eric, this is Roy's dog.
Well, we were never quite sure of that. Roy said he didn't actually belong to him, but whenever one saw them, they were always together. Look after him, won't you? He's a very unusual dog.
Yes, miss. I'm beginning to realise that.
3.28. The best yet.
Do me for today. Is tomorrow okay as well?
Fine.
You know your friend Roy that went to Amsterdam?
Yeah?
Do you know anything about his dog?
Like what?
Like, whose it is, who looks after it, where it lives?
Not really. I do know he's quite hungry a lot of the time, though.
Really?
I think when you see him, it's a good idea to give him something to eat. You know, crisps, chips, hamburgers, hot dogs, chocolate, ice cream, any sort of sweets, really. Hi.
Hi, nearly ready.
Just came to say I'd be a bit late. Got to deliver a paper round to Mr. Blocker. Got the wrong one this morning.
Okay.
And I got you this.
What is it?
Happy birthday. It is your birthday, isn't it?
Yes, but...
Go on, open it.
Time pedals.
They're okay, are they?
Okay. They're perfect, Eric. This is the best birthday present I've ever had. They're just perfect. How did you know?
Oh, I think you said something about them once. Back in half an hour.
I never said anything. I never said anything to anyone. I need a dual ace chain set, time pedals, new track mitts. What am I supposed to do? Hope they turn up next Saturday as a birthday present?
Well, this is supposed to be a surprise, Rachel.
Mum, that diary, have you posted it yet?
Diary?
The one under the floor of my room. Have you posted it yet to Holland?
I'm sorry, dear. Well, I did mean to, but what with the unpacking and so many things to sort out, Rachel?
Oh, no, not again.
February 10th. Took Eric up to Crufts today. We would have won, but Eric turned back into a boy, and that's why he wanted the diary.
It can't be. It is. Right. Right. You've had it this time. Martha! Martha! Call the RSPCA. Tell them we've got a dangerous animal in the garden. Come along, little doggy. There's a good dog. Come along. Come to Daddy. That's it. In you go. Over here.
I believe you reported a dangerous animal, sir.
I did indeed. I'm very pleased to see that you've come well prepared.
Oh, yes. Where is the,
Shh. Under here. I'm sitting on it.
I see. Well, if you'd like to stand back, sir.
Of course.
That's it, is it?
Don't get taken in by appearances. I've come across this animal before, and believe me, it's no ordinary dog. Only the other morning it forced me into a fish pond.
It forced you, sir?
Into a pond, yes. It's extremely cunning, I can tell you.
Well, no need to worry, sir. I think I can handle it from here on in.
Where's that, what'll happen to him?
We just keep it for a little while, sir, until his owner comes to collect him.
And if nobody comes to collect him, you'll have to put him down?
Well, that would be the last resort, yes, sir.
Excellent. Excellent.
Oh, thank goodness, you found him.
This is your dog?
He ran away. I've been looking for him all afternoon.
That is not your dog.
I think it is, Mr. Blocker.
It is not. It can't be.
Yes, that's him, all right.
Well, there's one sure way to find out. Just call him, miss, will you?
Eric, come on, Eric, over here.
Well, there's no doubt about that, is there? Just try and keep him out of trouble in future, eh?
I'll try. But I don't think it's going to be easy. This is amazing, Eric. I mean, this is really amazing. I thought I'd never make any friends here. And now I've got a friend. And a dog. I've got a friend who turns into a dog. I mean, this is just amazing. You want anything to eat? Drink? Now, that's 1 wolf for yes and 2 for no, right? Great. I'll get you a Coke. And you needn't worry. I read in Roy's diary about how you don't want anyone else to know. It's okay, I won't tell anyone. It is amazing. Got you some crisps as well. I made you... Eric,
Hi.
just like that?
Afraid so.
What's the blanket for?
Well, I wasn't wearing any clothes as a dog, so I'm...
Oh, right, of course.
Sorry, Rachel. I can't help it when it happens, you see.
Oh, don't worry, Eric. It's no problem.
No.
I told you, Eric. It's going to be just like it was with your friend Roy. Except instead of him helping you, it'll be me. And I can do all the things he did, Eric. Honestly, you need something to wear? I'll get it for you. Now, you can have this blue one, or the peachy one, or there's this flowery one I hardly wear anymore. Thanks.
You know, if your next race is in 10 days' time,
Yeah?
then, according to Mrs. Jessup's schedule, you ought to do some distance work next week. Build up your stamina.
I'm not going to be here next week.
What?
Mum's going on a course. I've got to go and stay with my uncle.
But the schedule.
Oh, it's all right. I can take the bike, carry on with the training and that, but I was wondering if you'd like to come too.
To stay with your uncle.
Yes, it's half term. You could carry on helping with the timings. And he's nice. You'd like him.
Yeah.
You don't have to, you know. It's not compulsory.
No, it's not that. I mean, I'd like to, Rachel. It's just that... Well... could be a bit embarrassing, couldn't it?
Why?
What if I turn into a dog while I'm staying there?
Come on, Eric. You said yourself it hardly ever happens these days, unless you want it to.
Well,
Go on, it'll be fun.
all right. I'll talk to my mum.
Come on. Why now, Eric? Of all the times, why now?
Rachel! Hello!
Hi, Uncle. I'll do the talking, all right?
Rachel! Good to see you. Now, where's Eric?
Eric is here, Uncle. Eric, this is Uncle Matthew, Uncle Matt, Eric.
I thought Eric was a boy.
Really?
Yes. When your mother rang and said that you wanted to bring a friend, I could have sworn that she said... Oh, well. Must be getting old. Come on. The car's outside. You know, I made him up a bed and everything.
Oh, I'm sorry, Uncle.
Oh, it's my fault. I should have listened more carefully. Have you got your ticket? And the ticket for the dog, miss?
Oh.
You've got one for him, too.
Yes, Uncle, yes. It was just... Where's your ticket, Eric? I think his ticket's in that bag, Uncle.
Oh. So it is. Amazing. Come on. Here we are. In you go. Hang your jacket on the side there. Well, I think everything's ready for you. Well, I was going to put Eric next door, but I suppose he preferred a blanket down in the kitchen.
Probably.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, I suppose it could be worse. What else was I supposed to do, Eric? I couldn't tell him the truth, could I? Anyway, we're all right. The only tricky bit's going to be when you change back. Is there any chance you could stay like this for the whole week? I didn't think so. Well, just stick it as long as you can, right? I'll try and think of something.
Rachel? Rachel? Hello? It's an emergency. Miss Farley up at Holt Farm. There's been an accident.
I can't bear the farm. The farm. Who's going to look after the farm?
Don't you worry.
The sheep. The sheep need drenching.
The sheep will be fine. I'll look after.
I've got to move the ewes.
Just you concentrate on getting better.
The ewes in the top. I've got to move the ewes. Sorry. I can't.
What happened?
A bale of hay landed on her. They think it's only concussion, but they want to keep her under observation in the hospital the rest of the week. Gordon, it's Matthew. I want some help. It's Helen Barley up at Holt Farm. There's been an accident. No, nothing too serious, but... Yes, they've taken her away. Well, look, I've said I'll look after things, but, I could do with some advice. Oh, right. Thanks. Half an hour. It's Gordon, the vet. You tell us what to do.
I'll tell you how I see the situation.
You tell us what to do, and we'll get straight down and do it.
Yes.
Well, Rachel's here on holiday, and she's kindly said she doesn't mind giving a hand. Oh, and there's Eric, too.
Yes. Well, Miss Varley has some 250 sheep. Now, that's not a great number nowadays, but they will need proper management. So I suggest that Mr. Painter from Manor Farm
But
take...
he'll need paying.
Yes.
Well, Helen hasn't got any money. You know that.
Animals have to be looked after.
Well, that's why we're here.
But it's not as simple as that, Matt.
Yes, it is. Tell us what to do, and we'll get on and do it.
Really? So you can sort out the sheep that need drenching against worm, and the ones that need dipping against foot rot, and the ones that haven't had their Heptamac injection against pastoral pneumonia. You can cope with all that, can you?
Well,
Look, it isn't even just a matter of treating the sheep. I could probably show you how to do that. But you have to bring them in as well. 250 sheep spread over a dozen fields. They're not even in the same area. How are you going to bring them in without a dog? You can't move sheep without a dog, you know. I'm talking about a sheepdog.
Oh, there's one outside.
Helen's dog. I'll use that.
Sheepdogs only obey one owner, Matt. Anyway, you don't even know what call it works to. Mr. Painter will probably have to look after the dog as well.
So that's it, is it? You realise that she'll have to sell the farm?
Look, I'm sorry, Matt. I know how you feel, but I don't see that we have any choice.
He's quite right, of course. The animals do have to be looked after. It's just that the one time in my life I could have been of use to the woman, I've let her down.
Night, Uncle.
Good night, Rachel.
It'll be all right, won't it? About the farm.
Yes. Of course it'll be all right. Nothing to worry about there. Sleep well now. Well, it won't be all right, will it? She can't afford a shepherd. She can't afford anything. Do I care? That's the point. I do rather. I always have about Helen. You're a good listener, Eric. Go on. Have a crisp.
Come in. Eric, are you all right?
Fine, don't worry. I'll try and change you back by tomorrow. Just wanted some clothes.
Right. Where are we going to sleep?
Well, your uncle's given me the basket downstairs, but I think I'll use the room next door.
You'll be okay?
Yeah. He really wants to help, you know.
Help?
Your uncle. He wants to help Miss Varley with the farm. Because, well...
He's crazy about her, I know. He always has been.
I thought maybe we could do something.
Like what?
What that man said this afternoon about needing a dog to bring the sheep in. I thought maybe I could do it.
But you're not a sheepdog.
It's not that difficult, Rachel. I've seen them on television. Sheep always run away from dogs. Just have to keep moving round so they run in the right direction. I think it's worth a try, don't you?
I'm not sure about this, you know.
Oh, come on, Uncle.
Very kind of you. I do appreciate the offer. I really do. It's miles, isn't it?
That's why I've got the bike, Uncle.
Even so.
Look, I do that sort of distance in an ordinary training session. It's good for me.
Well, perhaps if I came too.
You can't. You'd never keep up.
Oh.
Look, if it doesn't work and Eric doesn't like sheep or something, we'll come back and tell you.
Okay. Well, I'll give Gordon a ring. If there's any trouble, I'll be waiting here.
Not just waiting, I hope.
What?
Well, you could do something useful, like start cleaning up the kitchen.
Cleaning up the kitchen? Oh.
We have to bring them all back out through this gate, then back down to the path by the river. OK, Eric, it's all yours. Brilliant, Eric. Brilliant.
Let me get this straight, Matthew. You have sent off your 11-year-old niece
And the dog.
and her mongrel dog. And you think they're going to be bringing in around 200 sheep.
Yes, well,
She's never done anything like this before, and the dog's never seen a sheep in its life.
I know it sounds a bit strange.
Strange? It's not strange, Matthew. It's the silliest thing I've ever heard. I mean, do you seriously expect to see them come trotting down the road in a minute and... Well, I'm blowed. I apologize, Matthew. I didn't believe it could happen.
That's all right. I didn't really believe it myself.
Where do you want them, Uncle?
Oh, we need them in the yard over here, yeah? And if you could put 20 in the holding pen till I'm ready, and then feed the others through 20 at a time, okay?
Right. Eric, he wants them all in that yard over there. Then we put 20 into the pen. I'll open the gate.
That's not normal, is it?
Which particular bit did you have in mind?
Well, I've seen shepherds on television, and they say things like, "Coom by" and "follow, follow." I've never seen any one of them tell their dogs, he wants them in that yard over there.
Oh, don't look at me. I'm only a vet. Okay, it's possible. It'll mean a lot of hard work. You'll have to take that flock back again this afternoon to its pasture. Then tomorrow, you'll have to bring the second flock in, and we do the same to them.
Right.
Then the next day, we do it to the third flock, and then the day after that, we have this lot back in again for worm drenching. Are you sure you can manage all that? Are you sure Eric can?
No problem.
And after that, I thought we'd clean round the house a bit, as a surprise for her when she comes home.
Yeah, I can see it's going to be a busy sort of week.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm on my way. It's Helen. She's coming home.
What have you been doing?
Oh, just clearing up a little. Here and there.
Welcome home, Miss Farley.
This is my niece, Rachel. She's staying with me at the moment. She and Eric did marvellously with the sheep.
Eric?
That's Eric.
Well, thank you. Both. The sheep are all right, are they?
We had a bit of trouble with foot rot, but I dealt with that. And... We haven't done anything wrong, have we?
No. No, Matthew. You certainly haven't done anything wrong.
Well, I think I'll get a bit of fresh air.
How did you do it?
What?
Everything.
Well, Rachel and Eric did most of the work with the sheep, and Gordon came over a lot, and... Well, there were four of us, you see. Not like you, having to do everything on your own.
Yes, but I couldn't, could I? That's why the place is such a mess. I just didn't want to leave, you see?
But you don't? What?
Yes, I do. I didn't want to, but I have to face it. I can't manage this place on my own anymore.
Well, maybe you won't have to.
Eric? Yes? We have a problem. That was Mum on the phone. We can't go back by train. She wants to come and pick us up in the car.
Pick us up? But
I know.
if she...
I know.
And if I
know.
I knew it was too good to last. I shouldn't have come.
Hang on, Eric. It might be all right. I have an idea.
There aren't any ideas to have, Rachel. That's it. We're doomed. You can't stop her. And if I'm a boy when she gets here, your Uncle Matt will want to know what's been going on. And if I'm a dog, your mum will go bananas.
But supposing Uncle Matt wasn't here? Miss Varley just rang, Uncle. She wondered if you could go up to the farm.
What, now?
It sounded rather urgent.
But your mother's coming. Did she say what you wanted?
I think she's having a bit of trouble moving the elevator.
Oh, good grief. She's not trying to move that again, is she?
Look, if you want to go, I'm sure it'll be all right. Mum will be here soon. Eric and I'll be fine.
Oh, no. It's very kind of you, Rachel, but I must stay. I really must.
OK. Just thought you might be worried, that's all, about a bale of hay landing on her again.
Rachel, tell your mother I'm sorry I missed her, but it's an emergency.
Right.
Everything all right? All well? Oh. Have a good holiday.
Fantastic, Mum. It was great.
Good, good. Well, you and Eric start putting the bike on the car, Rachel, and I'll just say hello to Uncle Matt.
He's not here.
What?
Uncle Matt. He said he's sorry, but he had to go and visit a friend.
You mean he just left you here?
He said it was an emergency.
Honestly, that man gets more... Oh, well, maybe this'll explain things.
Is that from Uncle Matt?
Yes. Are you going to let Eric do that bicycle all on his own?
He left a note.
What?
My uncle left a note for Mum.
What did it say?
I don't know.
Well, he seems to think you behaved yourselves.
Rachel and little Eric have been the best possible guests. What does he mean, little Eric? They have both been an enormous help, and I hope they can come again soon. P.S. You'll never believe it, but I actually saw Eric turn on a washing machine. Well, what's so special about that?
Oh, you know Uncle Mum. He probably thinks it's the sort of thing only girls can do.
Yes, yes, I suppose he does.
Well, as they turn in for the last 300 yards, I can see that a small group have in fact broken away from the pack. Stuart Beanie's one of them, Sean Thistle is with him, and yes, it's Rachel Hobbs who's tucked in just behind him. Now, Rachel's had a remarkable race, never letting the leaders out of her sight, and now she's actually challenging them. Well, coming round Sean on the outside, but both Stuart and Sean are stretching to face themselves now. This is going to be close, and it's Stuart first past the line, Sean Thistle is second, Rachel Hobbs is third.
Third. I can't believe it. Third.
Third's not bad. Didn't get a picture, I'm afraid.
I had that race in the bag, Eric. I was up with the leaders all the way round, letting them do the work. Then on that final sprint, I came out to take them and... third.
Yeah, it's Grandad's, you see. It's not supposed to do that.
Excuse me.
Yes? Mr. Sorensen.
I wanted to congratulate you on your race. You did well.
Not as well as I wanted.
I thought perhaps not. I have something here that might interest you. What do you think?
Wow. Giuliano frame, Campagnolo brakes, Regina chainset, hand-built wheels. Look at that, Eric.
Yeah, nice colour too.
You know, to win, it is not always enough to be the best cyclist. You need also the best machine.
Yes.
You like it?
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
I give it to you for £600.
That's very kind of you, Mr. Sorensen, but...
Did he say £600?
But I'm afraid I can't afford it.
You ever change your mind, you let me know, okay?
Yes, I certainly will.
You wanted £600 for a bicycle?
It's probably worth about twice that.
Seriously?
Mr. Sorensen sells the best bikes there are, Eric. Believe it or not, he was being nice to me.
Oh. Did your mum have £600? Well, it's worth asking her.
Here we are. One cheeseburger, one double Mac, and I thought we could share a giant Coke.
How much money have you got, Mum?
After buying these, 14p in an overdraft. That's why we're sharing the Coke.
Oh.
In fact, I was wondering if either of you two could lend me a £5. We'll need some petrol to get back.
Yes, of course, Mrs. Hobbs.
Ah, you two. How did it go yesterday?
I came third.
Not bad, not bad. Why didn't you win?
That's what we'd like to talk to you about, miss.
Oh, well, you better come in. And you really think this bike would make a difference?
That's what Mr. Sorensen reckoned.
£600 is an awful lot of money.
Yes.
And you need it in?
The next important race in 3 weeks.
Perhaps I should organise a small bank raid. I could drive the getaway car.
don't think my mum would let me do anything like that, Mrs. Jessup.
No.
We were wondering if we could get a job, miss. Any kind of job. We don't mind.
As long as it pays you £600 in the next 3 weeks.
Yes.
And it'd have to be part-time. We've got school.
Part-time, of course.
Can you think of anything, miss?
I'm afraid if I could, Eric, I'd probably take it myself. I tell you who could earn that sort of money.
Who?
Eric.
Eric?
Sorry, Eric. The other Eric. Your dog.
You mean Eric?
I was always surprised that Roy never thought of it.
Thought of what, miss?
Films, Eric. Television. They need smart animals all the time, and they don't come much smarter than that dog.
How would we get him into films?
I don't know. But I do know someone who could point us in the right direction. He works in advertising. I'll ask him if you like.
Oh, I'd like, miss. I was just wondering if Eric, the dog Eric, would want to do that sort of thing.
No, I don't think he'd mind.
You're sure?
I think he'd probably quite enjoy it.
Right. I'll get on to it then. Hello.
Mr. Jessup, Rachel. So, what do you think about it all then, Rachel?
It's brilliant.
It's very kind of you to let us go and watch, Mr. Atkinson.
Not at all.
So it's an advertisement for dog food, is it?
It's Wonder Dog, that's right. We're doing a sort of film test for it.
Like an audition?
Yes, that's right. We're looking for particularly talented dogs to do all the tricks.
What do they have to do?
Well, they have to jump over the jumps here, and they go through the tunnel, and then over there, you see the lever, the yellow one? And they press the yellow lever, which greases a tennis ball. They pick up the tennis ball, go over to the ladder, up the ladder, along the plank, down the slide, and then they place the tennis ball in the cup over there on the seesaw, then through the tyres, over to the desk, pull out a drawer, and take out a tin of Wonder Dog food.
It's rather a lot, isn't it?
Yes, but they don't have to do it all at once. I mean, they can little several breaks in between.
Could Eric have a go?
Sorry?
This is Eric.
Yes, we have to have specially trained dogs, though, for this sort of job.
Well, it wouldn't do any harm to let him have a go, would it?
Well, of course not. I mean, is there any particular part of the course he'd like to do?
Oh, I think he could do all that. Which is the drawer with the dog food in?
Sorry?
Which drawer in the desk?
Bottom left.
When you get to the desk, the tin's in the bottom drawer on the left, Eric. All right?
Quite a clever little thing, isn't he?
Yes, yes, he is.
Start filming this, will you please, Dennis?
I already have.
Go.
Is he all right?
What?
I mean, if he got anything wrong, we can ask him to do it again.
No, he didn't do anything wrong. Mrs. Jessup, I wonder if young Rachel would be interested in letting her dog work for us.
Oh, I think she might.
Splendid, quite splendid. Now, the only thing to sort out is the money. Now, I don't suppose you thought of a fee, but...
As a matter of fact, we have.
Oh, you have?
We thought £600 would be about right.
£600? But it's only 2 days filming.
I know.
Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. I'll give you 400.
400?
Yes.
I'm afraid we'd rather set our heart on 6, Mr. Atkinson. So if you'd like to think it over and let us know, come along, Rachel.
What? Oh, yeah. Come on, Eric. Not the tin, Eric. It's not yours. You'd better leave it on the table.
Mrs. Jessup,
Yes?
you win. £600.
You mean Rachel will get all this money?
Yes.
Well, just for teaching that dog a few tricks.
They're very clever tricks, Mrs. Hobbs.
It's a very clever dog.
All right. Well, where do I sign?
Here and here. You're going to come along as well, Eric?
Where to?
On Monday to watch the filming. See an advertisement being made. See a film crew in action. You'd enjoy it.
I think I'm busy on Monday, miss. I promised to help a friend.
Oh, well. Just you and the dog then, Rachel. 8 o'clock Monday morning. All right?
Oh, I'll see you out.
Thank you.
Thanks, miss.
See you Monday, Rachel.
You sure about this, are you? Yeah, why not? Well, you doing all the work and me getting all the money. It doesn't seem fair.
I'm going to be on television, Rachel. Millions of people watching and saying, what an incredible dog. Who cares about money?
Right.
But if you ever sell the bike, I get half, okay?
Okay, everyone. Quiet, please. And action.
Somebody here wants their breakfast.
Just getting it, dear. Uh-oh. We've run out of Wonder Dog. I've got some ordinary dog food chips. Would that be all right?
Now, Chips comes out of the house, and can you get him to turn right? Perfect. And I want you to turn left just after the pillar box. Lovely. Now, he stops just in front of the building, looks up. Good. And then he goes into the building next door. Lovely, lovely. Can you get him to look out of the window now? Okay, he sees the building, he sees the window the other side, then he looks round and notices a plank. Great. Ready when you are, Eric. Steady now. Steady. Can you tell him first left and then second right? Okay, now we follow him this time. In your own time, Eric. I don't believe this dog. I just don't believe it. Thank you, Eric. And back the way you came.
Only Wonder Dog will do, eh, Chips?
I'll open it for him.
Beautiful, just beautiful. And while the dog's eating the food, we have the caption. could you get him to eat the food? He's not eating the food, Rachel. He's supposed to be eating the food.
I'm sorry, Mr. Atkinson. He doesn't seem to want it.
What do you mean he doesn't seem to want it? We're making an advertisement for dog food. He's got to want it.
Is there something wrong with it, Eric? He says it doesn't taste very nice.
Of course it doesn't taste very nice. It's dog food. Oh, I knew it was all going too well. I mean, there's always something. Isn't there always something?
Now then, what's going on?
Oh, Mr. Bradley, there's a small problem with the dog. He doesn't seem to like the food.
Doesn't like it? Why not?
Oh, I'll get Valerie to get some other types of dog food and then we'll use one of those.
Instead of Wonder Dog?
Oh, it happens all the time. No problem, Mr. Bradley.
Oh, yes, there is. It's my dog food I want advertising, not somebody else's. And if that dog doesn't like it, I want to know why.
Yes, of course, Mr. Bradley.
Where is it, anyway?
Rachel!
Eric! Eric! What you doing?
There wasn't anything else to wear, was there?
I meant out there with the dog food. Why didn't you eat it?
I couldn't have, Rachel. I'd have been sick.
Oh, I see. Didn't look very nice, I must say.
No. I mean, I wouldn't want to eat it now while I'm a boy, but when I'm a dog, I don't mind eating dog food. Usually. It's just that...
Just what?
Taste of chemicals.
Well, I can't smell anything.
Neither can I.
I think dogs have more sensitive noses than us.
Oh,
It's not a lot, just enough to put them off.
How can you be sure there is something?
Well, Eric's sort of... It's not easy to explain.
you don't have to, lass. It all fits.
I suppose it does.
Fits what?
You might as well know. For the past 3 months, the sales of Wonder Dog have fallen. Not just fallen, they've plummeted. Nobody wants the stuff.
That's why Mr. Bradley is paying for an advertising campaign.
But if what you say is true, love, there's no point. This company is done for.
But if you know something's getting into the food, can't you just find out what?
You think we haven't tried? It's the first thing we thought of. I've been over that factory 100 times with a fine-tooth comb and nothing. Nothing. I might as well face it. We're finished.
Mr. Bradley?
Huh?
Maybe Eric could help.
Eric?
I just thought if you let him take a walk round your factory, then maybe he could bark or something when he smelt whatever it was that was wrong.
Could he do that?
I don't know. Could he?
I think so. Could you? He says yes.
Well, I'm that desperate, I'll try anything. Come on.
It's clear here. He says it's fine.
What's he up to?
He's on to something. Where are you going, Eric?
Don't let him run off like that, Rachel. He'll get hurt.
Wait for us, Eric. This way.
He's making straight for the laboratory.
Oh, Mr. Bradley.
It's all right, lad. Don't worry. The dog won't harm you.
Eric, come back here. think he's found something, Mr. Bradley.
But this is our laboratory, Rachel. They don't touch the food here, they just... Wait a minute. How long have you worked here, lad?
3 months.
3 months? And what's that?
It's steriliser, Mr. Bradley, for cleaning the tins. I was just measuring it out.
And how much of that have you just put in there?
5 decilitres per gallon, Mr. Bradley, like it says. Is anything wrong?
Millilitres, lad. It's supposed to be millilitres.
And action.
Only Wonder Dog will do 8 chips.
I'll open it for him.
Was it? Your man at the factory?
That's right. Well, it was using so much more steriliser than was needed, you see, that instead of getting rinsed away properly, it was leaving this nasty smear around the insides of the tin. It's not surprising dogs didn't like it.
But you're all right now.
We will be, thanks to these two. Now then, young lady, let's start by paying you this. And you've certainly earned it.
Thank you, Mr. Bradley.
And this is a little present from me. Hope you don't mind, Mrs. Jessup. I owed the young lady something, and that's what she said she wanted.
I didn't know you were keen on photography, Rachel.
Oh, it's not really for me, Mrs. Jessup. I wanted to say thank you to a friend.
And can you both sort of look at the bike?
When do you race next?
At Stafford, it's on Saturday.
Good. When you take your photo of Rachel crossing the winning line on Saturday, Eric, you send me a copy, all right?
Certainly will, Mr. Sorrison. Smile, please.
Still Rachel Hobbs in the lead. Rachel's first over the line.
When you take your photo of Rachel crossing the winning line on Saturday, Eric, you send me a copy, all right?
Certainly will, Mr. Sorrison.
Well, here come the main following bunch. They're led by Peter Dunning. So let's have some applause for them.
Great race, Eric. Did you get the photo?
Time for a cuppa, Charles.
Tara. There you are.
Thanks, Dad.
What's all this then?
Photos I took on Saturday, Mum. Rachel winning the cycling race.
Oh, yeah? You're getting better.
There's a photo of Rachel in here as well. Yeah, here we are. Most promising young star on the circuit.
Oh, yes.
All set to win national championships.
She's doing very well, isn't she? Did you see this dog?
Dog?
Looks as if it's taking a photograph. You see? It's got a paw just ready to press the shutter.
Oh, so it has. It looks a bit like that dog that's always hanging about here, doesn't it?
Yeah. Eric's got a camera like that, hasn't he? Eric, have you seen? I wish you'd learn to say goodbye.
Bad, eh?
No.
For a dog.
Yeah. And what happens if she changes into a dog at the championships?
What do you mean?
Eric, what I need at the championships is someone with a stopwatch and slate to tell me which lap it is. I need to know what position I'm in, how many seconds I am behind the leader.
I'll do that for you, I've said.
But you can't do it as a dog, can you?
Well...
And you're always a dog at these races, Eric. You're a dog at Sheffield, Doncaster, Nottingham, Stafford. It happens every time.
I think I've worked out why that is. It's the excitement, you see. The adrenaline in the blood. I think that's what sets it off.
And if it happens at the championships?
It won't, Rachel, I promise. Just got to keep calm, not get excited. It'll be fine.
Rachel?
Over here, Mum.
Look, Rachel, you know last month you gave me that entry form to post the championship? I just found it in my pocket when I went shopping this morning. Well, it doesn't matter if it's a bit late, does it?
How could she do it? How could she?
She had other things on her mind. The day I gave her the entry form was the day Granda got taken into hospital.
There's nothing you can do?
Nothing. Closing date was yesterday. That's it. I really wanted to win that race, Eric. I really wanted to win.
I was thinking, if the closing date was Friday...
Yes?
Then the office probably won't start sorting them out until Monday.
No.
Well, supposing someone sneaked in and added your form to the pile. Nobody'd know, would they?
But supposing they got caught doing it?
Well, that wouldn't matter, would it? If they were a dog. Nobody worries about a dog walking around a building, Rachel. Even if they found an entry form in its mouth, they'd just think it had picked it up. The worst that could happen is they'd shoo it outside.
A dog?
It could work, you know.
Yes, it might. Except we haven't got the entry form anymore, have we? Mum posted it this morning.
What did it look like?
It was a letter, Eric. It looked like the other 5 million letters they've got in here.
I meant what colour? Was it brown, white?
It was pink.
That makes it a bit easier.
Easier?
Dad works here, Rachel. First class letter to London, posted this morning. No problem.
Hello, Eric.
Morning, Mr. Patel.
Looking for your dad? Charlie! Visitor for you.
Sorry to trouble you, Wilf. This is Rachel Hobbs, and this is my lad, Eric.
How do you do?
Young Rachel here wants a bit of information.
Oh, yes. Planning a burglary, are you?
No. No, definitely not.
Not a burglary, no. No.
It was a joke, Eric.
Oh, sorry, Dad.
Rachel's writing a detective story, Wilf. She wants to know exactly what happens to a letter posted first class to London on a Saturday morning.
Oh, well, that would come to me here. I sort them out into the London areas, depending on the postcode on the addresses, and I put them all in here.
I think that's all we need to know, really.
Oh, is it?
Yes, thanks.
Don't you want to know what happens to the letter when it gets to London?
I don't think my readers would be interested, Mr. Banks.
Thanks, Dad.
Do you have any children, Wilf?
Yeah. Don't understand mine either.
What do we do now?
What we do now is find somewhere quiet and private.
Eric?
Got it, the perfect place.
Eric! Don't want to hurry you, but there's someone out here waiting to use the machine. Eric? Shan't be a minute, I've just got to get his clothes. Hang on, Eric, I've lost a sock. Sorry.
Excuse me.
Come on.
You've forgotten your
Just hope you know what you're doing, Eric. Good luck.
Boy! What are you doing? Hey, come back here! Hey, steady on, Will. It's that dog, he's taking a letter.
Letter? What would a dog want with a letter?
Aha, that's where you are.
Gotcha! Oh, you little... Stop that dog! Come back here! Grab him, somebody!
He went that way.
Thanks.
Nice one, Eric.
Have you got my other sock? Thanks.
I'm impressed, Eric. I have to say, I'm impressed.
Tricky bit's going to be how we get to London on Monday.
Ah.
Somebody's got to get the train tickets. Persuade my parents it's all right to go.
I'll get Mum to look after that.
You sure?
She's feeling so guilty about this at the moment, Eric. I could ask her for anything. In fact, I might mention a rise in pocket money at the same time.
London? What's he going to London for?
It's educational, Charles. Rachel's mother's very kindly organised it.
Oh.
Anyway, you'll need some money.
Ah, right.
Eric, I've got your lunchbox in here.
Right, Mum.
Oh, thanks, love. What did I tell you? We had a burglary at the sorting office on Saturday.
Somebody broke in?
Not somebody. A dog. It ran off with one of the letters.
Oh, well, they want to call in special branch for that, then. It's on the table, Eric.
Thanks, Mum. They won't, will they, Dad?
What?
Call in special branch. About the dog.
I don't know. It's a very serious offence, stealing Her Majesty's mail. People go to prison for that.
Prison?
Yeah. Don't know what they do to a dog.
Oh.
I think the plan at the moment is to keep very quiet about it and hope it doesn't happen again.
Great.
Did you give him any?
Oh, right.
Thanks, Dad.
That's only for an emergency, Eric. So don't spend it.
No, Mum.
We're here in Palmerston Avenue, and we have to get to Raglan Road, which is... So it is. Right. If we go up here... No, quite right. You have to go along there, take the third on the right, right? And we're looking for... number 20. OK, Eric. Let's go. This is it. 3rd floor. Don't forget you want Mr. McCross's office. All set? No? Oh, you haven't got the form, have you? Good luck.
They've done it again. No Garibaldi's. This is too much.
Elizabeth, I've got a black coffee and no biscuits. Why haven't I got any biscuits?
I know it's not your fault, but this is really too much.
Hugh, I just wanted to ask you if... Oh, dear! Oh!
What happened?
I don't know. I just came in and found them all over the floor.
Must have been the wind. We haven't lost any, have we?
How many are there supposed to be?
Juvenile 29.
Well, you've got 30.
You sure?
30?
I must have miscounted. Right, 30 it is then.
Is it all right? Did it work? And you pushed them all onto the floor so they got mixed up, and you'd never know which was the extra one. Eric, I could kiss you. I could. I really could. I could. All right. I wasn't going to really.
Hi.
Hi, Eric. Seen the letter?
It's all right then. No problems.
You're a genius, Eric. Should have seen Mum's face when I told her. I think she was more excited than I was.
Shall I do this one?
Thanks. I owe you one for this, Eric.
Did it for me as well, you know.
Yeah.
I know what it's like wanting to win. I entered Crufts once.
It's not just the winning, Eric. Here.
Who's this?
It's my dad. Taken when he won the juveniles in 1964. I sort of promised him that one day I'd do the same.
I thought your dad was dead.
He is. That's why it's important.
And the next race this afternoon is, of course, the British Cycling Federation's National Juveniles Championships. Some of these cyclists may look very young, but we've got some real stars shaping up here. I'll give you some of the names to watch out for. We've got Mark Hyland racing for Gosport Racing Club. Bill Easton in the red vest, he's from Cardiff Wheelers.
You know what you have to do?
It's great, this, isn't it?
Eric?
All right, I know what I have to do. I want to know what place you are, how many seconds you are behind the leader.
You're scratching, Eric.
It's all right, no problem.
It's going to happen again, isn't it? I knew it.
Don't worry, I've got this thing under control.
Yeah?
As long as I'm determined it won't happen, then it won't.
I think you better find somewhere to hide.
It's all right, it's just a matter of keeping calm.
If you don't find somewhere too pretty soon, it could be very embarrassing for both of us.
Clear the track, please. All spectators, clear the track.
Sorry about this, Rachel. It's the tension, you see.
Just hide, Eric.
Don't worry about the timings in that. I've got a backup plan.
Great. It's okay, everyone. Don't worry. Eric has a plan.
Right, good afternoon, lads and lasses. It's the National Juvenile Circuit Championships, over 30 laps. There's laps out until the last 5. Remember, no laps out in the last 5. Good luck, have a good race. Are you ready? Off you go.
As the race gets underway, I can tell you that we have a particularly talented field this year. I'm quite sure we're seeing some future international champions this afternoon. There are several names Well, just moving up behind is Rob Bennett of the Portsmouth Velos. What a good season he's had as well, with a placing in the last 8 meetings he's attended. A very strong cyclist indeed. Another strong contender for the championship this year must be Rachel Hobbs, who won the Wessex Divisional Championships so convincingly last month. Well, as the leading group come by, Mark Highland is still in the lead. But I see Bill Easton is no longer there, and I think that's because, in fact, I've just been told he had a blowout on the other side of the course, and he's having to take a lap out while his wheels are replaced, and then he should be back in the race by the next round. Well, in case anyone doesn't know, a lap out means that a cyclist is allowed to step out of the race for 1 lap, if he has to, and he can rejoin us in the same position when the other competitors come round. But of course, he's got the problem of picking up speed again when they do.
Eric! Thanks, Eric!
Well, there's quite a battle going on for the lead places at the moment. Mark Highland is still in front. He's followed by Chris Hubbard and John Feltham. And Rachel Hobbs has worked her way up into the lead pack. She's pushing very hard. Herself right back into this race. She's now up into 3rd position. She made the decisive break from the following pack in the last lap, which can't have been easy at this stage of the race, and as I said, she's now in 3rd position. Mark Highland's still in the lead. John Feltham's just behind him, but Rachel is tucked in behind both of them, and I suspect that these 3 are the ones who'll be battling it out in the final stages. Well, Rachel Hobbs seems to have had a rather strange supporter on the side of the track there. Some of you may know that she sometimes brings her dog along to these occasions, but I've never seen anything quite like that before. Well, as they come round the final bend for the last time and into the straight, I see Rachel has actually taken the lead. Rachel Hobbs is in the lead. Mark Highland is tracking her all the way. John Feltham is just behind. They're all going hard, pressed by Rob Bennett and John Westrom. This is the toughest part of the race for them all. They must be desperately tired. They can see the winning line ahead of them. They're all trying to pump more oxygen into the body. Faster, but after the sort of pace we've had in this race, whether or not you've got the determination to just add it. But it's Rachel in the lead. Mark Highland is pushing her. He's trying very hard to take her, but I don't think he's going to do it. I don't think any of them are going to do it. It's Rachel Hobbs first over the line. Second's Mark Highland. Third is John Feltham.
And not only was it a remarkable time,
but I understand it is the first time ever in the history of the British Cycling Federation that this race has been won by a girl. So it gives me the greatest possible pleasure to present the trophy to Rachel Hobbs.
Eric? Nice one, Eric. Brilliant.